and they were talking, friends, I think. I don't even know if they knew each other, but like they were talking to each other. And there was this guy, and he was constantly like the type of person that's like, but my life is worse. Do you know someone like that? It's the quote, but my life is worse type of person. So someone would, let's say, have a small rant about, let's say, school. They're like, yeah, this teacher, he gave me like a 4 out of 10 grade, and I'm so mad about it because, you know, I feel like it was unfair. And then this other person would go like, oh, you are angry. Well, my teacher gave me a 1, and then he kicked me in the butt, and then he spilled all my homework, and then my mom died. Like, like those type of people. I'm obviously extra for, like, this is a this is not what he said, but like this is the type of people I'm talking about. It's not like it's they don't do it consciously, if that makes sense. They don't do it with the full conscious that they know how they sound, because it's pretty hard for these people to mirror in that way. But this is the type of person that was in the bus, and it was like one of those moments where I realized, like, holy shit, these people are freaking annoying. Like, oh shit, these people are really annoying, because the whole conversation was getting like worse and worse at the start. Like, it starts with something very small, and then they like start about, I don't know, my McDonald's order didn't arrive on time, and then I ran the red light and it was all the McDonald's fault or something. Like the story got mixed up into reasoning that didn't make sense anymore. If that makes sense. It was so stupid. But I did realize that. It was one of those realization moments. I was like, oh shit, this is what it sounds like. That's dumb. I'm pretty happy that I am more of a positive person right now. Really grateful that for that life lesson there. Ninja Katie, welcome back. How are you doing? That sentence was funny to me because they're here in Germany, 1 is the best grade and 6 is the worst. Oh really? You have a 6 to 1 system? We just have a 1 to 10 system, and 5.5 means you made it. Basically. So everything below 5.5 is you didn't make it, and everything above 5.5 is you did make it. I'm good. You? Yeah, good. We're just working on this new type of hanging plant. So in the very background right there, you'll see a hanging plant, which is kind of similar to the one we're making, but we're making it with these fall maple type of leaves. And I've never made one of these before, so we're gonna see if how good it's gonna work, I guess. And I'll show you after it's a little bit more done how you can decorate it. Decorate, there we go. Decorate this as a plushie in your room. That's kind of how I, let's say, invented? No. How I came up with these. I came up with these solely to put them in plant pots and to hang them up. I'll show you in a second. Again, I just kind of want to finish this part a little bit before I show you guys. Kuncha, Katie, welcome back. How are you doing? McDonald's, but everything is McDonald's fault. I do agree with that, actually. it would be an interesting article or research in general, actually, if someone could maybe put a link to people getting like addicted and McDonald's, early stages of getting in contact with McDonald's, and then link that to getting I just said the word and I forgot in English. Addicted, there we go. And getting addicted to something. I don't think you can actually do a link there, but maybe like some sort of sugar rush type of addiction. We're all working in here. Secretly, this is the work stream. I'm trying to provide you some motivation to keep working as I'm working. Except for the last 3 years in school, then we have a 1 to 15 system, with 1 being the worst and 15 being the best. Wait, why does Germany do a 180 on their grade system like that? Isn't that super confusing? I'm pretty sure in the Dutchlands, it's always been 1 to 10, whatever school you're in. You could also have a grade, which is, I guess, more confusing. You could have a grade for certain subjects, which includes not good enough, great. So you had 3 options. It's like not good enough, or great. Which in grades, I think is equivalent to 3, 6, 8. Because we go by 1 to 10. 1 being the worst. Chicken nuggies. You guys are making me hungry. You know, I'm very addicted to McDonald's French fries. And then with the mayonnaise that we apparently only have in the Netherlands. So McDonald's in other countries are not as interesting to me as Dutch McDonald's, because in the Dutch McDonald's we have like the French fry sauce that I'm addicted to. Now I'm hungry. I prefer to watch small streamers, so I can support someone who might not get a whole lot of support on Twitch. That's really nice, Ninja. That's really cute. I never care about getting bigger on Twitch, to be honest. Like, I don't mind staying small. It would be nice to talk to people though, so as long as chat sometimes has something to say in which I can react and then make a conversation, that would be great. That's probably the type of big streamer I want to be, which is probably pretty small. 5 equals to 4 in the 6 to 1 system. That is confusing. It only applies for high school gymnasium. It doesn't matter for university. So even that has a different system? Germany, why is your system so confusing? Like, even in university, you get a 1 to 10. Like, it doesn't matter like what you're which university, college, lowest level thing you're going. It's always 1 to 10. So if someone is like, I had a 5.5, then it kind of means you made it. It doesn't really matter, because like, who cares if you made it, if you got the subject and you had an 8 or an 5.5. Doesn't fucking matter. At least that's why we have a 6 culture. It's a weird translation to English though. But if you're a student or someone at school, generally, we are talking about the 6 culture, which kind of means and implies that as long as you have a 6, you're fine. Like, try to learn for a test so that you can get a 6, so you passed and you're done. Some people are like, yeah, I'm going for the, you know, the 6 type of culture, and it kind of implies that. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna do low amount of effort, hopefully make it, and then we'll be done. We have bad, not good, good enough, good, pretty good, outstanding. You're Dutch too, right? I'm Dutch. Okay, that is getting even more confusing. I agree. At my school in Germany, we have a 1 to 8, where 1 is best and 8 is bad. What? Why are your systems all over the place? Isn't there like a general decision on this? I feel like I've never heard of a Dutch school that does something different than the 1 to 10 system. Unless we have that whole, it's not good enough, good type of... Wait, not good enough? Barely good enough? Great. I mean, I know that system, and that system already is freaking vague. But otherwise it's just 1 to 10, and 10 being the best. Why is that so confusing in Germany? Sounds like me. I wish I was that. I don't want to... I might be the mom. In the future, if I ever have kids, I will be the mom that has a past in being like an uber nerd, trying to get like the highest grades, teaching their children to be like, don't do what mommy did, go for the 6. I'm definitely the type of mom that if the school system doesn't change by then and my kids have to go to school, I'll definitely try to teach them like more social skills, if that makes sense. I'll try to help them, guide them is probably the best way. I want to guide my kids into getting to know themselves as who they are and what they like and what they're good at and not good at. And we're not gonna do like, oh, you're bad at this, now I'm gonna like fail you. No, it's like we're gonna embrace the fact that you're bad at something, and we're gonna try to learn to accept it, and we're gonna also embrace the things you're good at, and let's see if you want to work that out, if you want to do something with that or not. Like, just do whatever makes you happy. I think I'm a definitely open-minded approach, if anything. What I don't like is close-minded people. I'm sorry, you close-minded people, if you're out there in chat. I don't dislike you, but it's just like we will not get along, probably, because I'm a very open-minded person. Depends on the state. Okay, I mean, Germany is so much bigger, so like, I mean, in terms of size of the country, and you guys have multiple systems, and we're just in Netherlands, so like, you would say that because we're small, we should have our shit together, but we do not. We do not have our shit together, even if we're a small country. What kind of school is that? Because there's no German state that generally has a 1 to 8 system. Really? 1 to 8 feels so weird to me. Like, I used to have one teacher, I remember as if it was yesterday. She would give out grades, and she would literally say, I never give people a 9 or a 10 because work can always get better. I want to give a big middle finger to that person. I think you should never teach children something like that. I'm so like mad at this because people wonder why we have people, like, people my age, younger, and whatever, they're all in a burnout. Like, they are all burned out when they're super young. And I'm like, yeah, these types of teachers are at fault. Like, if you're a teacher, you're like, I could give you a 9 or a 10, but I'm never gonna give it because work can always get better. It's a stupid system. Whoever is thinking about that is an asshat. It's dumb. But in general, I do not like the system of like, oh, you know, let's congratulate the person that had a 10 and let's like fail the person that has a 3. Which is then 10 is being the best and 3 is one of the worst grades you can get. I don't like that system. One of the valuable life lessons I want to give to people nowadays, if I can do anything to life lessons and giving it out to other people, it's this. If you are okay with a system, whether it's school or life, so it also goes like, it's about, let's say, money-wise, status-wise. If you are okay with the idea that, oh, you are successful and you did a lot of effort to become successful and you made it, and you're okay with that system, then you're also like okay that it was made to be that people that failed just failed, if that makes sense. How do I explain this? What was it? It was like, if you made it or if you're successful, and you preach that, like, you should become successful, and you will become successful. Oh, that was like this. If you want to be successful, you will be successful, type of thing. And then literally, if you want to make a lot of money, you're gonna make a lot of money. That's not how life works. There's people that grow up and they'll try their ultimate best and they will always fail in that quota. Like, according to that quota, they will, quote, fail. And if you really, really believe that everyone can be successful and you should just work to become successful, then I feel like you also embrace the fact that people fail and they should have done better. And that's fucked up. That's like, how do I explain this? It's like, I hate this system. I hate the system where it's I don't know, it's not as if I think that people with money are stupid or something. It's not at all. Like, everyone has succession in their own life, but succession is decided by you as a person only, not because there's a community or a society that puts certain people at the top, whatever. Because most people that claim to be successful and rich and whatever, they had maybe 80% luck into their lives, or they had a background with parents that were rich or were successful. There's just a lot of people that, quote, are not successful when they came to this earth, and they had a lot of things to work with, if that makes sense. I don't know how else to explain this system, because usually I explain this in Dutch, but I can't approve a society where we're like, we're gonna embrace people that are successful, and we're gonna like be mad and mean to people that are not, quote, successful. Like, that's just fucked up. But it is very capitalistic. It's a very capitalistic thing, I guess. It's like, look at this, I'm successful, I have this money. And I'm like, yeah, I don't fucking give a shit. Like, are you happy? Are you happy with the way you live? That's more about it. Eventually we'll all become dust and be in a grave, or we'll be burned. And, you know, we're all human. Oh, you went to Liverpool. You still have it? That's so cute. I feel I never throw plushies away. I've never in my life thrown a plushie away. Personally. But it's only to distinguish between the different degrees, like gymnasium, real school. Realschule. I remember that, now that I read the name. Realschule. Never understood Gemeinschaftsschule. Yeah, I learned about these schools through my German class. I remember that. It's a long time ago though, but now that I read the names again, I'm like, oh yeah, they taught me that different system. Not necessarily the grades, but like the types of schools that you guys have in Germany. Yep. I love that plushie, thank you. It's not even done yet though. It's gonna be hanging plushie. According to PostNL, people will arrive today. I don't know why, but when I put everything in the post office thing, all of the packages stated this package will arrive tomorrow, aka today. And I was like, probably not though, because it's Germany. Usually it takes at least 2 days, if not 3, to go there. And then I had one package going to the UK, I think. And I was like immediately thinking, no way that's gonna be there tomorrow. Like that's a big no-no. According to the PostNL, hand over their parcels to Hermes. You guys have Hermes and it's like a post office thing. We have Hermes and I think it's a bus system. Like they have buses. And it's the same name. That's very confusing. And they miss about 70% of the parcels coming from outside of Germany. Oh, really? I really hate post offices in other countries. The problem for me is that I can never do anything about that. Like, if it's a Dutch post office, we still hate them, but at least I can try to do something about it. But when a package goes to another country, and it's in the hands of another post office, there's no way for me to do anything with it. Like, it's fate will decide what happens to the package, literally. So far, I've had the worst experience with a Swedish post office company thingy. They literally just trash their stuff. It is terrible. Like literal trash. Like literal throw it in a bucket of water and then into mud and then to deliver it to customers. That's literally what that's what happened one time and I was amazed. I was so amazed. I was like, okay, this is a new level I haven't seen happen with any other post office. You think DHL is better to do like German packages? Huh, I've never considered that. I could definitely look into that. If you believe that in Germany DHL is better, I might do that for just German packages then. Because DHL, I feel like here in the Netherlands, it's very 50-50 almost. It's almost like it depends on who your delivery guy is. Because I feel like I've only had shitty delivery guys that throw packages. And I'm like, hello, this is not a package you can throw. This is not, you're not supposed to throw this. Pawn, okay. I've thrown away all my toys and such when I was like 14. I didn't. I literally have not thrown away any toys I ever had. Well, I did give them away sometimes, or like to secondhand stores, but throwing away is a no-no to me, at least. I never throw away anything. I'm gonna try to figure out how to make an intro to KineMaster. KineMaster is interesting to me, but video editing, I don't have time for it. Like, if I had more time, more hands, and more brains to to function with. Would definitely go into video editing more, but yep. How about no right now? Would be great for my streams, would be great for Mamorumori to have videos and stuff, but yeah, I have enough work as it is currently. If I had the money, I could definitely have multiple jobs. People do multiple jobs here, but like, I'm poor, so I can't exactly pay people. It's ironic, considering Hermes is the messenger god in Greek mythology. Oh, it is! Interesting. I'm doing great, actually. Thank you for asking. I'm currently working on a hanging plant, which is similar to this background plushie I did in the past. But I'm doing like an autumn version of him. I'm preparing my plushies for the Made in Asia event I'm going to next. So this one will be there, and the sheep I made will be there, and everything you can see in the background that is a plushie made by me will be there. I gotta work on as many plushies as I can. Since I traveled EU, especially Balkan states, I'm not complaining about German infrastructure anymore. I think I'm honestly gonna say that Dutch infrastructure is one of the best infrastructures in the world. There, I said it. I feel like we're complaining a lot, but there's literally no reason, because we have an amazing infrastructure. We should embrace it. It's like, it's the same like with you said, like, if you go to other countries, you kind of realize like, oh, this is a shitty infrastructure. What is this? They're in both countries. I guess it's quicker due to no handover. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't though, because I feel like PostNL is pretty good. But maybe with the German version, because it has the same, like you said, same company, it might be quicker. It would explain why a lot of German packages, they arrive from DHL instead of from PostNL. I've never really considered it like that. Most of my German packages were doing fine though. Like, Germany is one of the biggest, I'd say, export countries currently. I never had any complaints with packages there, I believe. Although I don't know in like which delivery service they used in Germany to get their packages. Bloop. Beep beep beep. Look, this is the start of the hanging plant. Let me see if I can grab a plant pot to put it in. All of the delivery guys I have had so far have been pretty cool. They put the packages out of sight from the street and knock the doorbell and go. Ever since I moved, I miss my post delivery guy. I miss my guy. There used to be one guy, and it would always be that guy, if that makes sense. It's the same guy that did all the packages for my previous apartment. I literally miss this guy. This guy is super nice. He takes good care of the packages. He always makes sure to ring like a neighbor, or let's say I wasn't home, then someone else would take the package, and I wouldn't mind. Like that's great, because I sometimes can't make it. He's great. But ever since I moved here, I've hated all the guys so far. Wait, there's one guy. He's slightly older, but he doesn't give packages. He's like the newspaper guy. The newspaper guy is great. He's nice, but everyone else sucks. I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry. Most of the guys that I met, literally, they ring the bell. They ring it 2 minutes in a row. It's like constantly pressing the thing. And then 2 seconds later, they do it again. Because I wasn't there in 2 seconds. I mean, I have to go from upstairs to downstairs to my door, okay? It takes time. I can't actually teleport. And then when I open the door, he walks away, goes to his van, and then starts slowly rumbling in the back of the van to find my package. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? And then if it's a good guy, he'll give it in my hands. Sometimes they literally just throw it on the ground and they make me sign the package. But like, he throws it there. It's like, bam, here, sign. And then he's like, you can like see in his movements, he wants to like run away. Like the moment I'm done signing, it's like, bye. And it's like, I'm gone. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, it's not their fault entirely, because the post offices here, they treat them badly, like in many other countries, of course. They don't get paid much. They get paid per package, I believe. You know, they don't get paid much per package either. It's like a big issue everywhere, I feel like. I just appreciate when people are a little, just a teeny tiny bit nicer to you. One time I even gave my post office guy, it was like post appreciation day or something. I gave him chocolate like in the old address, because like he was always taking my packages, and obviously he knew me at some point because I was one of the few people in my building that was at home. So if I would go to the door and get my package, then he would always ask, can you please take this package of your neighbor who isn't home, because everyone else is like working outside doors, and I was always inside because plushie making. And yeah, he just worked really hard, so he's like, you should get chocolate, and he's like, no, you should get chocolate because you're taking all my packages. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, of course, but still. There are like videos of post guys that run away after putting stuff by the door. Yeah, it's like there's like the viral videos are the ones where people are like carrying huge television screens and they're like throwing it at the door. And then it falls, and then they pick it up again, and it falls again, and you're like, dude, what the fuck is going on? That is so dumb. Or like the package guys, you can see them in the van, and they're like throwing all the packages outside. I have a friend living just like 15 kilometers away. This DHL regularly just acts as if he was ringing the door, but just drives away. Oh, that's really funny. Actually, the guy that delivers food to our door, if we buy at a certain spot, this guy brings food, and then he wants to hand it over, and then I stick out my hand, and then he like pulls it away and laughs, and then does it again. And he's done that 3 times now. So now I'm like paying attention, waiting for him to reach out, and then we're looking at each other and we go like, don't you dare pull away your hand. That's great. That delivery guy's cool though, but he works at like a certain spot where we order at sometimes. That's cool though. Last time I ordered, I'm never ordering at this place again. We had to wait, like usually you have to wait 30 minutes, which is like pretty okay, like it's decent. And then I hate this guy. They made me wait 70 minutes. 70 freaking minutes. And this place was like pretty close. I'm thinking 7 minute by bicycle close. And it was not great. The food was not good either. So yeah, they lost all their points. It was literally like you have this app and it will say like if they're gonna like deliver it to you or not. You can even follow them on their scooters as they travel. And they, like, I think after 30 minutes, they said, oh, it could be any second that they're at the door now. It could be any second. And it stayed that way for the other 30 minutes. That's so stupid. I don't know what that means. Well, what means? Like Uber Eats. Yeah, it is like Uber Eats. I don't have Uber Eats in this area because Uber Eats is in the Netherlands. We have like 3, 4, 5 different delivery thingies. Let's say we have five different Uber Eats, which are different different companies, if that makes sense. So it depends on which company you order. What I usually do is I go to one of these companies, I look through the app, and if I decided on what I want, I just Google search the restaurant, and then I order there if I can. Because it is cheaper that way. Sometimes they don't allow it though. So sometimes they don't have like a delivery service unless it is through the app, which sucks. You know what I hate? The one time I hate PostNL, I ordered packages and they're like pretty big packages. So you could choose to either make them deliver to a pickup parcel place, or you can choose them to deliver it to your home, right? And I chose to deliver it at my home. And then the next day, I was at home, sitting next to my TV, and then at 4:55, something like that, PM, it suddenly states, oh, we missed you. So we brought the package to this parcel shop thing. And that has happened twice now. And there was no one, like literally no one at the door. The doorbell works and everything. So they kind of just literally did not bring my package. But I did pay for that because if you bring it to like one of those pickup locations, in this case that is free. But if you want it to be delivered to your home, you pay like $5 or something. So I got really mad at PostNL twice now. And they're literally like, we can't do anything about it. And I'm like, how can you not pick it up at the PostNL pickup location and deliver it to my place anyway? Like, you can literally do that if you want to, but you refuse to. I tried to make them pay back my $5, because I'm like, okay, then you pay me $5 then. Here's the invoice. Because otherwise I would have chosen to like do it for free, right? Why would I do it otherwise? And they were like, we can't pay this. I hate that. Stupid system. I'm not happy with it. This might be another reason why I don't like the post guy. Because he sucks. He refused to go to my house. My house isn't even placed in an awkward situation. It's like a general house. With a freaking road next to it. It's stupid. Yeah, if you have any questions about how we do stuff, just let me know. I can answer it. I can already tell you, compared to the English, we do have some things we do very differently. But I know because one of my friends is from London and she moved here during Brexit. Or during the whole Brexit situation. So So we did, I explained her a bunch of Dutch stuff to her. And very sometimes she still texts me and she's like, okay, what is this? What is this? Like, what is this system that I see everyone doing and I don't understand because there's only Dutch in this? And I'm like, let me just explain. As a Dutchie. Yeah. Maybe like this. Did that help? It didn't really help. Okay, well, okay then. Well, okay then. Maple tree plum, maple tree plum. I like your mapleism. Can someone give me money so I can go on holidays? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I really want to go on holidays, but I can't because I'm poor. So, if we're gonna go on holidays, hopefully in October, we're gonna do another budget holiday probably. Or go budget again. I would like to think I know quite a lot about England, actually. But at the same time, I know that you have a lot of different, like, regions as well. And I know there's, like, a little bit of differences here and there. Let me get my wallet. Thanks, dude. I'm saving up for TwitchCon Paris next year. You should. I really hope to go to TwitchCon Paris as an artist next year. I feel like, though, that they're gonna give artists an advance if they live in Paris or in France. I don't know how they act on returning artists. Like, this was literally the first European Artist Alley on a TwitchCon event. So I'll have to figure out, like, how they're gonna treat us now. Like, are they gonna be like, yeah, of course you can come back. We know you. You're cool. Be there. Or they're gonna be like, nope, you've already been there, so, no chance. In that case, I might just go as a visitor, honestly, because it's a cool event. My friend and I were talking about it. What do you mean by regions? Oh, I mean, like, I was... Okay, you're gonna hate me for this, but I did watch some English shows that are definitely guilty pleasures of mine, and they were talking about, like, the difference between the north and the south and the west and the east and whatever. It's not like political differences, but more like, you know, accents, type of people, mini cultures differences. Can we order plushies in advance and pick it up there? Usually, yes, actually. I usually do this, yeah. If I know it in advance, and I know it, like, preferably as soon as possible, you know, then I can definitely do that. Some people just message me 1 week before an event and they're like, can you make me this? And then I can, like, pick it up. And I'm like, oh, I really would love to, but, like, 1 week is way too short. I can't really do this in a week. Yeah. Leave number 1. Hello? Okay, nice. Looks pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. I can imagine. All my people, all my Twitch people will be like sending messages to the Twitch team. What the fuck is this, Twitch? I did tell the person in charge that I was interested in the Artist Alley next year. I'm not sure what they're gonna do with that though. Because there was like a pamphlet in the exhibitor lounge that was like, hey, are you interested in joining TwitchCon next time? Send a message to this this phone number. And I did. It was an American phone number, and it turned out to be the person that's like organizing a bunch of TwitchCon. Like they're like in the top 3 organizers, pretty much. So I now have her phone number. I'm pretty sure it's a work number though, like it's just for jobs. I did send a message and she did reply. So, I mean, hopefully it will be fine. I'm not sure. You know what would be even more, like even better? It would be even better if not only they have an exhibitor lounge, free spots, and all this type of like luxurious stuff, if they would even have an exhibitor only sleepover place. And that would be free. That would be even more amazing. I mean, I've never actually booked an hotel in Paris. Period, actually. And nor did I do that for an event. I've only heard other artists about the experience of our Paris. But so for instance, I do know Dusseldorf now. In terms of where I should stay and what I should avoid. And then the same for Brussels, because I've been there. So then I kind of know like, oh, this area is good because it has a good like a railway connection to the con. And in Paris, I have no clue. So that's amazing. Especially if I work and I do conventions, I want to stay in a quiet area. The last time was Dokumi, Dusseldorf. It wasn't the worst experience for sure, but we were in a hotel and it was a little bit too loud for my liking. So I did wake up at random times at the night because people were like screaming and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to avoid that. I was lucky to not have that until Dokumi happened and I was like, okay, I should have probably thought about this before booking. My friend and I already made plans to stay in Paris for at least a week. Oh, wow. And you want to go to Disneyland? It's actually not a bad idea. Actually. It really depends for me when it is. Like when they're gonna host it. Like at what time. I'm assuming that we're gonna be with 4 people. Based on what I know right now. But I also have a friend who didn't go this time who might be interested. So then it would be 5 maybe. It would be best for me if we could just rent like an Airbnb for a bunch of people, let's say 6 people. Cause that way the Airbnb gets so much cheaper. And that would be great because everything I spend, I have to make back on the con. So the less I spend, the more I make on events. There are different MPs depending on town, city. Even per town and city, huh? Interesting. Only because it's free. Yes. TwitchCon is by far the best con to go to as an artist right now. Although you have to take into account that, you know, I don't know how many weebs there are. Let's say you're more of an anime focused person, then I have no clue how you're gonna do on TwitchCon, because like, I don't know if the Twitch crowd will like it or not. think they would, but who knows? I've heard only positive things about the artist alley so far. Yeah, Paris is one of those spots I heard from other people as well as like one of the most expensive places to stay. Apparently Ghent in Belgium is the worst so far. Don't ask me why. Oh, you've never been to Disneyland? I've been to Disneyland, but I can't remember because I'm like, I was 5 years old. Can only go there when school holidays are on. No holidays, no chance. I'm kind of hoping that it is not during school holidays, but the reason for that is that Paris is so much cheaper probably if it's not holiday time. For instance, Dokumi, Düsseldorf, this year was not in holiday time, and it was great because hotels were affordable, but next year's, they're doing it like on July 1st, July 2nd, and that's like summertime, early summertime, so hotel prices are so high, and it sucks, because it's like you're in the same hotel room, but you pay like twice the amount or something. Like, it sucks. But I did arrange an Airbnb that finally accepted me. It will be the 3rd different Airbnb tryout for Dusseldorf. I mean, if I have a great spot in Dusseldorf, then I can just return to, I'll be fine. But like, I try to get cheaper every time. This is not cheaper, by the way, because it's so expensive because of the timing. I like anime, me too. I would like I hate saying that I don't want to like brag or anything, but I'm an OG anime watcher. I'm like OG. I'm an OG weeb. I need to go now. Sack, have a good time. Get groceries. Have fun. Get good groceries. And Ninja as well. Suddenly 2 people just leaving me alone. I'm so sad. I'm just kidding. Have a good time. Ooh woo. Exactly. Ooh woo. I don't want to brag, but like every time I talk to people that watch anime, I kind of based on the anime they liked best, or they watched first, I kind of know when they started watching anime, and I'm like, yeah, that's not even close to when I started watching anime. I'm a grandma now. In terms of anime watching, I'm a grandma. Like, I'm even passed away even, I think. I'm up to the alley with I'm sitting like next to Garnd and Joey when it comes to anime watching. If you don't know who Joey and Garnd are, it's okay. I don't blame you. This channel is not really about anime, but I do know anime. And I do watch anime. You would have never guessed with my cute looking characters and my obvious Japanese name. Weeb. Baka. Koyaro.
What a fun day. What a fun day with my chat.
It's okay if you don't watch anime. Hey, are you gonna watch the new House of Dragon House George R.R. Martin show? I literally found out about the details of the show yesterday. I recognized the posters, I just never really paid attention. Until I got a random video recommended to me by the algorithm. Thank you, algorithm. And it explained the show a little bit. And I was like, oh, this is actually interesting. But I also had to laugh because George R.R. Martin sometimes, he can be very critical about like Tolkien and stuff. And I heard this whole thing about House of Dragons and I was like, that's pretty Tolkien of you, George R.R. Martin. What is the problem with the original show? I would judge that Game of Thrones season 1 to 6 or 5, I don't know which season to be fair, was brilliant. It was great. I love it. But yeah. I like the fact that this show has George R.R. Martin being like the co-writer. That kind of makes it interesting to me, not gonna lie. And Dragoness and such, it's okay, but like, not great. I was cringing though at the, there's like two, I don't know if they're races actually. Houses? There's two houses, one being like the Targaryens and the other one being like the, what did they call it? Valorant? I was thinking Valorant because of the game, but it's actually probably not Valorant. Targaryen family tree? No. Targaryen... something with a V. Valyrian! Oh, it's like not even close to Valorant. So you have another... you have Targaryen, and you have Valyrian, and then like they pretty much all are similar in looks according to the books. So they're like white people with white hair, basically, in general. But then the show decided, no, we don't want to be making the Valyrian look like the Targaryen, so we're gonna turn them black. I don't know why they did that. I don't understand. I feel like they're trying to do, how do you say that? They're getting the opposite of what they wanted from the show, I feel like. Because they obviously, just like the Rings of Power, they want to do this diversity shit, which is very hype, much hype from media and stuff. I don't necessarily dislike that. I just feel like that with doing that for an entire family, which literally it's like people with black skin and then like white hair versus white skinned people with white hair. It's a bit weird. And they're supposed to be like similar families and everything. Like they intermix with each other. When they don't want to marry their own family, incest, they just marry someone from the other family, if that makes sense. So if you're a Targaryen and you don't want to marry another Targaryen, you'll marry a Velaryon. Which makes sense, if you ask me. But now the show is like, no, all Velaryon people are black-skinned, and I'm like, so are they gonna be mixes then? Like, mixed people or something? Like, it makes it unnecessarily complicated, I feel like. I feel like they should have had an entire new house and then make it with other skinned people, but like entirely written in the way the culture works that way, if that makes sense. Now it's just like, yeah, they're just a different skin tone, the end of story. It's just a little bit weird, especially with the emphasis they're trying to give it. Oh well. I mean, they also are supposed to have purple eyes. I don't know who came up with that one. It's like they look like high elves, but like they're mean and have a lot of sex now. Very violent people as well. Oh yeah, there is a lot of violence. It's yeah. I feel like if you take Tolkien's work and you would throw 90% violence and then 5% sex, it would probably become George R.R. Martin, in a way. Oh, I forgot, and you should put a bunch of kings and royalty in there. Royalty is definitely like a focus of George R.R. Martin. But I guess because they're so similar in types of books they write, I'm interested. I want to give it a go, but it's on HBO and I don't have that. So now I'm in a doubting, like, I'm doubting if I should get HBO just to watch the show and maybe share HBO with someone because of that. Generally, in media, I don't mind violence or anything. The only thing I can't watch is, like, gore. Gore is the only thing I don't like watching. So, like, horror movies or whatever, it's not really up my alley. Otherwise, I'd say I pretty much watch any type of show. But I'm literally not up to date with any shows, not gonna lie. Cause I watch anime. And other stuff, I guess. Like, I don't know why. I know I'm gonna like certain series, but I just never start. Someone said to me that I should watch The Sopranos. And I was like, you mean the movie, right? And they're like, no, there's a TV series called The Sopranos. And I'm like, oh, is that a TV series? Apparently it's really popular as well. Like, I don't know. Never heard of it. They're like, yeah, it's a really good one. I'm like, oh, okay. It goes on to the pile of series I should still watch and someday. Like, Homeland. Homelander? No, Homeland. One of those series that people throw at me all the time. You should watch Homeland. Oh yeah, okay, sure. One time in the far future. And they're in this Scottish show as well. I must say that I really like English and Irish, English, and Scottish shows. I don't know why. I feel like the way they do things is more fitting to what I like, I guess. Outlander, that's the name. Everyone is also saying to me, like, watch Outlander. I've never watched it. It's not gonna lie, probably will like that series. 2014, it's almost 10 years old. I can't believe that. Oh my god, people have been telling me to watch this show for almost 10 years now. Amazing. Yeah, I'm not really up to date. Viking is also one of those shows I want to watch. Vikings? Viking. No, Vikings. Plural. Vikings. It's like V for Vendetta. No, I mean not V for Vendetta. That anime. The Viking anime. Vinland Saga. It's like Vinland Saga. Or the other way around. I don't know who was first. I might like that too. Interesting. I kind of want to go in. I don't know anything about any of these series. I even didn't watch Breaking Bad, and I should still. That's on my list too. It's like, you should watch Breaking Bad. I'm like, okay, maybe one day. You know what I did watch? The League of Legends one. The League of Legends show. I forgot the name. I can see the show, right? Like, I see the characters, but I forgot the name. The show with the League of Legends characters. I did watch that, and then I dropped it. And everyone hates me for that. What is that show called? I don't know. I'm dumb. League of Legends show. Let me just go. Arcane. Suddenly I had it. Arcane.
You're late.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Not is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Foo. Hello. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the chill lo-fi plushie stream. Hello, hello. How are you doing? How was your stream? What did you do? Your name does not ring a bell immediately. I'm gonna be very honest. Because I'm honest like that. But what did you do? How's it going? Welcome to my plushie making stream. As I said, I'm a plushie maker. I work full time on plushies, and I focus on making residents of the Mamorumori forest, where the flowers, plants, and the trees are the residents of Mamorumori forest, and the animals are their caretakers, and they're all one of a kind because I make them by hand, but also because I give everyone a unique name and biography. And when they're ready to leave the forest, they go to the adoption center, which is either the online web shop or at events, where I often go to and try to make people happy with plushies. That's kind of, in short, what I do. Building Iron Man costume build. Ooh, ooh, with everything working, like lights and bleep bleep. I did watch the movies, okay, so I do know, but like, you mean steel, or how are you making this costume? That's awesome. Bleep bloop bloop bleep. Yeah. With the lights and the hand that goes like foam. Obviously. I should have said that. Steel is probably both expensive and not allowed at cons. You see, you got cosplayers, and they make cosplays, and they walk around the events, or they participate in shows. And then there's us, artists. We go to the artist alley of that same event, generally speaking. Some lights. Okay, one light. Nice. That's awesome. Have you been cosplaying for a long time? Or making cosplays? I'm not sure if you're gonna wear it as well. Who knows? "12 years? Okay, that is a long time. Some people are that age. Thank you for rating, though. Take good care of yourself. And enjoy. Maybe I'll catch one of your streams in the future. Thank you so much. And that's number 2. Let me just work on number 3. What part of this do you see here? This way. This is what you see, okay. I can just move my webcam as well, but meh. What were we talking about? Oh, TV series. I forgot. Yeah, like I said, I didn't watch much. There was definitely a time where I watched quite some TV series, but now it's not so much, actually. I do watch crappy stuff. like guilty pleasure stuff. I know it's like dumb television, but sometimes I'm kind of like, after a day of hard working, I really like also like reading about things, psychology and stuff, and after a long day of working and reading and doing stuff, I'm like, I want to do something that does not require any energy at all. Which is why I probably don't watch the TV series, because I want to pay attention. I would say that I am pretty good at paying attention to TV series and invested and stuff. Smoke God, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the community. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to drop your questions in chat if you have any. Currently I'm working on the 3rd leave, and there is, I think 7 of them. Yeah, 7. And then the phase, and then we finished the newest type of resident, actually. I don't think I can... is it the same type or a different type when it involves different leaves? I'd say the shape of the resident is similar, but like, I just have different different leaves that I created. It's the first time I'm using these leaves though. I'm thinking about using them on tree plums as well. Usually I have one type of leaf that I create, and I kind of just put it on every type of resident, but I've always wanted to make more types of residents just by changing whatever plant or flower they have. There we go. I can't believe that 21st of September, it's like autumn again. I feel like summer just like went by like it's nothing. I mean, yeah, it is hot and there's events and the weather was pretty good the entire summer. But like, yeah, 31st. Holy shit. Oh, did I? Oh, it's the 31st? When does Rings of Power come out? Isn't it like tomorrow? Or the day after? Holy shit. My predictions are that it will 50% suck and 50% be cool. That's like my prediction. Take it however you want. It's I don't actually know how you would describe 50% of a show, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be very like I don't know, like I like it, I don't like it. There'll be things I like, there'll be things I don't like. I really do wonder if it's gonna be watchable for me. It probably will. Yeah, the Tolkien thing. I don't actually want to call it Tolkien show. I feel like, you know, he's not even involved. But yeah, it's the Rings of Power thing. The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. But it's not Lord of the Rings. But it is Rings of Power. Hopefully. I hope they don't randomly make up rings. That would be disappointing, not gonna lie. There's one thing that is in the show that we obviously don't know much about, and I already have some sort of like idea on this. I think about a character that's in the show, and I think it's a certain character that I know, and I'm guessing It's like, which character is it? It's like the question. We don't know. Like, it's a new character, or is it like an existing character, but like an earlier stage of this character? And I'm kind of hoping it's a certain character. If it is that, it is actually a +10 for this show for me, because I would love to see that happening. But if it's not, and it is in fact the character I think it is, this show is immediately losing a lot of points. And watchability for me as well. I will still watch the show though, but like, it will actually lose a bunch of value for me. And it will make me recreate myself like I did with certain scenes of The Hobbit. Just certain scenes though. Yeah, I like it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. We'll watch it on Friday, and no, the usual Tolkien guys watched over it. So there is hope. It's not too far off. It's still based off infos we have from the other books. Oh, you don't have to tell me. I'm a huge Tolkien fan. I'm in the UK. I'm like far into the Tolkien fan base at this point. I'm far into the Tolkien lore. It's amazing, and it's both frightening as well. Yeah, it's one of my hobbies. It's one of my things, I guess. Just like Japan is a big thing for me. I feel like Tolkien is a big thing to me too. Not as big as Japan though, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. Interesting. I just I found an article I find interesting, but it's in Dutch, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be interesting. Let me see. Let me read it as well as do everything else at the same time. It's like an article about the new series, and obviously it's gonna be about like, oh, fans that are like super criticizing this and whatever. Like, Tolkien has such a dedicated fan base. It's terrifying, honestly. I'm not as critical as most Tolkien fans, I would say. Like, I'm a very open-minded person for this. However, there's definitely some things I'm a little bit worried about, if that makes sense, for the show. But there's a lot of things at the same time I don't really care about as much as others do. That's the thing. The problem in general is that they don't have the rights for a lot of things of this show, and they're trying to describe events that are written, and they might have to, like, they can't really use that information for the show. So there's literal books that describe what happens in this age, but the writers of the show were not allowed to have these books. They were not allowed to use the books, if that makes sense. And that's kind of, that's if I had to summarize it, my first worry. And my second worry is that they said, so you have like the second age, which is what this series is based on, and it's like thousands of years is in this second age, and they said, the showrunners said that they're doing a time compression because they want to probably do the entire second age in this TV series, but they're gonna compromise things together. And that's my Second biggest worry. Probably. And then the third worry, I think it would be just, I guess, general things that don't fit Middle Earth. Not necessarily Tolkien, because a lot of things don't fit Tolkien, but like, I don't mind a show that's been like made up if it makes sense in the world of Middle Earth. But I feel like the third worry for me would be that there's things happening that are not Tolkien-y. Middle Earthy, sorry, I made my mistake. That's like my third worry, I guess. Oh, the ad subtitles are Dutch? Oh, nice. Twitch truly thinks you're all my Dutch fellow people. We're all Dutch, Twitch. You don't know, but we're all Dutch. Just provide them the Dutch ad anyway. I don't get Dutch ads at Twitch, actually. It's just American ads, and then Indeed with subtitles. How nice of them. I was reading this article that blah 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 blah. Well, the thing is, I think with when it comes to Tolkien fans and whatever is happening there, is that there is an interesting adaptation, right? Which is the Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings movies got me into Tolkien, so I feel like there is an example of what can make a lot of people happy when it comes to putting Tolkien into movies or series or whatever. And then The Hobbit came out, and we diverted from it a little bit. So it was like a step down from Lord of the Rings. I would judge that the Hobbit is not entirely bad, but it's definitely worse than the adaptation of the Lord of the Rings, if that makes sense. And because you have some sort of example of like how you can do film pretty good, aka the Lord of the Rings, I feel like obviously the Rings of Power is gonna suffer from that. If they don't commit to the same level. But we can already, without watching one episode, already know that they're not committing as much as they did with the Peter Jackson adaptations. At least not for the Lord of the Rings. For anyone who's ever seen or heard anything about the making of Lord of the Rings. Just the amount of years and passion and dedication that went into that project, it's such a different level than probably the Rings of Power will be. So even that start off is so different, I feel like. I mean, the trailer should tell enough. There's a trailer out. I'm actually someone that never watches trailers. I just start watching a series. But it's the first series I would actually watch every trailer of. And like follow online discussions and shit. But yeah, obviously because it's more into what I like, I guess. I would do that with Japanese stuff as well. If there would be some sort of interesting series coming out and it would be about like Japanese history or something. Let me see. Forced wokeness. That's an interesting. First, like they use the term forced wokeness in this article. Okay, so the thing is, we actually have in the Netherlands something called a Tolkien shop. We're one of the few countries in the world that has a Tolkien shop. And this guy, in the article, obviously he gets interviewed for this, obviously. And I like that he says in the article that he is... How you translate that? He is like one of the few stores that's pure Tolkien, and he's like purely dedicated to Tolkien, as if he's like an angelic being that takes Tolkien's work into like a Bible type of religion thing. And I kind of have to laugh of that because a very famous concept artist who worked for Peter Jackson, and I think he's working for him right now. I'm not sure it was John Howe or it was Ellen Lee, because they both work for him. One of those artists once had a poster that they signed and drew, and they gave it to the Tolkien shop, I believe, and they told them specifically, like, you're not allowed to sell this. This is meant to be for you in the store and when people visit and whatever, and to see it and whatever. And he completely ignored that, and he sold it for like a lot of money. And then obviously the concept artist went like, what did you do? What are you doing? And he sold a bunch of things that he was not allowed to sell, basically, by this artist. And he specifically told him, like, could you not sell this because, you know, reasons. And then he completely ignored him, and he sold everything for like a high price. Ever since I have read that, because literally this artist has a website, and he has an entry somewhere in his online diary that states, please don't buy from this shop because this shop has bad and ill intentions. Ever since I know about that story, I'm super critical about this store. Like, I don't like that. I was like turned off because of that. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? To be fair, he has a beautiful collection other than that, so in that way he is dedicated, and I believe I don't really... People talk... It's really weird. When people talk about Tolkien stuff, there's people that say, like, he's a true fan. I'm like, what the fuck is a true fan, man? Shut the fuck up. Just like something and share the love and just enjoy it. Like, don't preach being something. Like, who determines what is a fan and what isn't? Like, it's so dumb. People focus on that. Oh, you went to New Zealand. That's awesome. And you visited all the sets, or what? That's kind of cool. I've never been to New Zealand myself. The voiceover was in English, but subbed in Dutch. Yeah, that's always the case. Fun fact, most Dutch does, like, we always do this. We rarely dub. If you watch the news, for instance, and there's someone being interviewed, let's say in Ukraine or Spanish or something, you'll hear their original voice and you'll get subtitles. But this also happens when TV series air on television. It's like just the original dub and you get Dutch subs. The Dutchlands are very sub-oriented when it comes to series, which is probably why we're like in the top 3 English-speaking countries currently. Non-native, obviously. He has a first printed version of The Hobbit, this guy, apparently, according to the article. I'm low-key jealous of that, but okay. Okay. There's a strong boundary between people that read the books and people that love the movies. The overlap is small. I disagree with that highly. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. That's a bullshit. I honestly think that's bullshit. I think a huge chunk of people that love Tolkien and love the books, they also love the movies. Especially the first 3. I kind of disagree. I think there is a difference though between, you know, you're faithful to the books because you read the books and then you watched the movies and you were happy with it and enthusiastic. Because like the concept art used in later like books is from the same people that designed like the movies, if that makes sense. So there's already overlap within the books and the TV series. I mean the movies. Huh, okay. I'm reading this article because he's talking a lot about Tolkien and I'm interested in his view. Well, I own a first print of the German book, Das Fliegende Kassenzimmer. Oh, really? Interesting. I wish I had a first edition of any of the Tolkien books, not gonna lie. Everything's still packed, but I have a replica of Gimli's X, which is like, there was 1 out of 15 in the entire world, I think. No, 1 out of 10, I'm sorry. I bought it off an auction and it was fucking expensive, but like I love it a lot. I don't really like my favorite. I have a Bilbo Baggins figurine, which it was made by a Weta Workshop. You made of a in New Zealand. You might have visited their shop, I assume. And they still make figurines. They're like the official merchandiser of the Tolkien shit. But like, they made a Bilbo Baggins figurine, and I loved it so much, and I really wanted it, so I pre-ordered it, and it was so expensive. I'm not gonna lie. But I have it now, and it's great, and it's 1 out of 1,600. And it's gonna be here somewhere in my studio for sure, but the studio isn't ready. I don't know actually where to put it. I might put it in that corner over there. I'm not sure. I hope it fits in that corner, if anything. Yeah, I'm a big fan, I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of this guy. But also a big fan of what came after. Like, people are like, oh, only what Tolkien does was great. And I'm like, no, fuck, shut up. People made great stuff, even though they never knew Tolkien. I think, at least. That's my opinion on this. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I kind of know everything he's telling in this article because I read a couple of biographies on Tolkien. I kind of want to see if he has any interesting opinion. La 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 la. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Not interesting. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay, that was not an interesting article. At all. Hello! I love the emotes that you're... Oh, that's a sweet Anita emote. Okay, interesting. I love that this guy has a store and it's like... It's supposed to be... It's a web shop, but the looks of the web shop is literally as if it's from 1990. Like a 90 something vibe web shop. It's really cute, but at the same time, it's just it's just it hurts my eyes at the same time. I wonder what this guy would pay me for my Tolkien stuff. Like if I would go to his store and I would be like, hey, I got this. Which I'm 100% sure he would be interested in. I would wonder what he would pay for it. I would have no idea, by the way. Like, I have no idea, but... Like, even a 1992 Lord of the Rings certain edition, he asks 3,000 euros. Like, holy shit, dude. That's way too much. I am on official prop websites where they sell movie props. You can easily get it even cheaper there, and that's like official stuff with a certificate and everything. Interesting. I wonder if he has Weta workshop figurines. I don't know how to look it up though. Like his website is very confusing, not gonna lie. Generally speaking, he is very expensive. Judging from what I can see right now. Figurines? Action figures. That doesn't give up the right building. Okay, that's better. Oh, Weta. He has a entire section dedicated to Weta. Let's see. Oh, that's really expensive. Can I see, can I, wait, do you have like, do you have the one I have? Dude, even the ugly ones are fucking expensive. Like the low quality ones are super expensive. He's also selling the fake stuff. That sucks. Kind of wish he didn't do that. I hate fake stuff. Like, I don't care if it looks good. I just don't like it. Yeah, I know Sweet Anita. I don't watch her channel, but I do know her. Like, I've seen some of it. Not much, though, not gonna lie. I did see maybe 2 streams, maybe 3. Would be interesting to know what he would pay for an original script of the movie. They do sell those things at the prop place. Probably way too much. Judging from whatever he has a weird sense of price in terms of what he sells. Some things are pretty doable, and then others are extremely high, and I try to find out, like, is it like signed or something? And it's not, and then I'm like, what the fuck? But I feel like even though we have the same passion, I think if I would talk to him face to face, I would actually dislike this guy. Based on what I know, of course. Like, maybe he's the sweetest guy ever, but like, based on what I know, I'm like, you're kind of a type of fan that I generally dislike, generally speaking. Animal toy plush, and then not using an H. It didn't fit, I guess, on the 1990 website. Oh my god. Nope. Cute. She has really cute emotes. Ow. I've been on Twitch surprisingly long, I'd say. I've just, well, for one, I've never been streaming that long. And secondly, even on Twitch things, like, I'm not really a fan of someone, if that makes sense. I don't know. I also have very much, like, sometimes I watch a lot of Twitch, and then at some point I don't anymore, and then it's very nice though, because of my job. It's easy for me to watch streams when I'm not streaming myself, so I don't have any problems finding, like, the right time to watch things. I think I'm gonna stop earlier today, but not like extremely early, which means maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half-ish. Ooh, calendars. Ooh, I like calendars. An old calendar. Who the fuck wants that? Old Tolkien calendar, like $100. Who the fuck wants that? Like, it's not even like a birthday calendar or something you can reuse. It's like an actual calendar from like 1980 or something. Who the fuck wants that? He did change his website. I did notice that. Probably because of the series. People are gonna, like, re-hype on Lord of the Rings, I think. Can't you reuse a calendar every 12-year-ish? Yeah, if you just calculate the right the right calendar, and you'll just buy it at the right time. Not gonna lie, I would be amazed. I have no idea, honestly. Like, I never thought about it that way. You know what I hate about this as well? He's also, like I said, he's selling fake stuff. I'm just a little bit... I'm maybe a little bit more about this, but like I really genuinely hate fake art. Everything about it, we should all be disgusted at. So yeah, I would never honestly want to support anything like that. Yay! Little autumn plum. I think this is gonna happen in terms of the TV series. I think 2 episodes will air on Fridays. This is what's gonna happen. There will be an enormous large amount of Tolkien fans tuning in on the first 2 episodes, and they're gonna be like this. You see how much this sucks? This sucks, everything sucks. How can you watch this? How can you even try to watch this? It sucks so much. Oh my god, I can't believe that people are buying into this. Rest in peace, Tolkien and his work. Everything sucks. This is terrible. Terrible, I dare say. Everyone who does not agree with me is a fake fan. I think that's gonna happen. And then they're like, I'm gonna quit this right now. Isn't that like every show ever? Yeah, it is. Sadly though, like Tolkien fans, I don't know, it's the same with Star Wars fans, I'm gonna say. Like, they're intense people. Like, someone that's like portraying what it means to be a true fan, that's usually the ones I disagree the most with.
You're not a true fan.
Blah, 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 blah. Tolkien is trending on Twitter. It might show because they know me. The algorithm knows me. And they know that I want to, Wop. Wop, wop, wop. Wop, wop. You know what I really love? Tolkien shit on YouTube. I'm the truest fan of true fans. I'm more true than the truth itself. I'm even more true of a fan than the author. Fuck Tolkien, I'm more true of a fan than he is. George Lucas, well, he should step aside because I am the truest fan of Star Wars. I'm actually not, by the way. I'm not a fan of Star Wars. Leave our Middle Earth alone is what they say on Twitter. Leave our Middle Earth alone. Leave our Middle Earth alone. Like, that sounds so disgusting, doesn't it? Leave our Middle Earth alone. Define our Middle Earth. George did already step out. Yeah, true. How long has it been? When did George Lucas stop Star Wars? January 12th, it says. 2012, I mean. So January 2012. Lucas decided to leave the franchise in the hands of other filmmakers, announcing in January 2012. Not gonna lie, that's a longest time. I don't know when he started, but it was long before that. They're attacking Neil Gaiman? Why? What's wrong with this? Is just another writer. Leave him alone. Someone says that Neil Gaiman wanted the skin of Lord of the Rings without Tolkien. I'm pretty sure that's not the case, but okay then. I hate this shit where people go like, oh my god, this is so much like Tolkien's work. Oh my god. And I'm like, yeah. Tolkien was also heavily inspired by other artists before him. Like, yeah, like, there's a difference between like copy pasta and just be like inspired and do something new with it.
And when you think Italy, you think coffee pasta.
Coffee, I'm hungry!
I was coming here to ask you, do you need anything?
Yes,
What do you need?
I need food. My tummy is rumbling.
I was hearing an earthquake already.
Oh no! It's too late to apologize.
Too late.
What is
Yes.
that? It's a hanging cloth.
Yes, very good. Very good. Alright.
I'm hungry. I would love to have coffee as well if you're gonna.
Yes.
But that's not too much to ask.
I came here to ask you if you wanted to have stuff.
Oh, so I can ask for
Pizza, patatas.
You can order those yourself.
Oh, so that's the border.
All things you can do from over there, of course, that's the border. And when they ring the doorbell, I'll get it to you.
Oh, by the way, Friday evening you're doing something.
Oh yes, what are we doing?
Watching Rings of Power.
Is that the first episode?
The first 2 episodes, actually, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Where are we doing it?
Downstairs, probably.
Alright.
I have Amazon Prime, believe it or not. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to this channel entirely for free, but you would still completely support me and the forest. How great is that? Don't. You know, with everything, when it involves Twitter, the best thing to do is go to the right corner of whatever screen you're working on at that point and to click the cross-looking image. And just watch the show on your own, without anyone judging it. I feel like Twitter is so rotten, like it's such a rotten place. Just do things on your own and like be happy, like don't give a shit. Hashtag ad for my own stream, hashtag support poor people like me. Are you ready? Are you ready right now? Are you ready? Are you ready right now? I love how fantasy is getting like more love nowadays. Maybe more people will feel like me. When I was a kid, I liked things that people did not like, so people were bullying me for it. Which is typically kids, right? You do something and then other people don't appreciate it and then... That's normal, right? Hello?
I found
Yummy!
some salty sticks if you want.
Salty sticks for a salty motherfucker like me. Thank you.
Yes, you.
Cheers for the coffee, guys. As I was saying, I have a very practical example for this. As a kid, back then, I was 10 years old. That still counts as one. El Plagiato! Thank you so much for the sub gifty! Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. You're a sweetheart. Enjoy the little cute gift box in front of your name. And Kunja, welcome to the Turtle Squad. Take good care of your little turtle in front of your name that El Plagiato gave to you. You must now take care of it, otherwise it dies if you don't give it love. So, no stress. Nothing forced on you, just a living creature that needs attention. Enjoy the emotes, man. I wanted to give the practical example. What do you guys think of my gifted sub thing? We were watching Lord of the Rings and I put a lot of Lord of the Rings things into this alerts and that one is still there. And I like it because if people give multiple subs, then Gimli says, that still only counts as one. And I think that's fitting. That's kind of cute. Like I was saying, I was about 11 years old, maybe 10. Let's put 10 because it's a more beautiful number. I was 10 years old and I was skateboarding. Wow, can you believe that? A girl skateboarding? Yes, I was one of those people. And I did like Avril Lavigne and I did want to be her. So that's questions answered that were not asked. You know, back then we had those baggy jeans. So I did definitely wear baggy jeans back then. And one of the other things that you had, especially if you like skateboarding, was you needed good shoes to skateboard. Because it need to be feeling good on the skateboard. So I wanted, for the longest time, I wanted to have Fans. You know, the brand, Fans shoes. But not the ones you might know from now, like the bigger ones. Like the chunky Fans shoes. And around that time, actually, I was lucky enough that my parents wanted to travel to Canada. So we went to Canada for summer holidays. Like, it was one of the major things I did with my parents back then. And we went to Canada, and I was like, holy fucking shit, I can actually buy fans shoes now, because they were either not available in the Netherlands or rarely. You had to like go to a specific skateboard shop to get them. So we went to Canada, but in Canada they were major on this. Like they had a bunch of fans shoes. And I bought my first pair there. I don't think I still have them. Like I remember being at my parents' and having them. I might still have them actually there, like tucked away or something. But anyway, I bought the shoes there, and I went back and I got back to school, and I wore my shoes, and all the girls were making fun of me for having those shoes. Cause they were like, what the fuck are these ugly shoes? And this brand, you know, like this gothic brand that you're wearing. Oh my god, imagine wearing the wrong brand. And like plus 10 years into the future, Vans suddenly is like the most worn brand at the time. I can't believe it. I feel so betrayed. To be like bullied for my Vans shoes, and then 10 years later everyone is wearing Vans. It's one of those things, baby, one of those things. I have to admit, some Vans shoes look really nice, but most Vans shoes nowadays, they don't feel right. I have very sensitive feet, I think. But like, if I put on those shoes, I'll get the blaren. What is that in English? Sore? Sore? Blaren? Sore feet? Blisters, there we go. I get blisters at the back of my feet, in my ankle. You know that spot? That spot? I think a lot of people know what I'm talking about. I always get blisters in that spot. Which is why I don't have a lot of Vans shoes, because they give me blisters. You have shoes. Exactly. Yeah, but it is sad. Back then I actually didn't give a shit. For some reason, when I got bullied 2 years later, not by the same people, but other people, suddenly I did not like it. Like, it was like, I don't know, mentally, something happened. It was around the time I got my period for the first time as well. Great times. For all the men out there who most likely are watching the stream, 99% chance that you're a guy. When I got my period first time, I remember it like yesterday. Not because it was an event, but because it was the night I was going to prom. It was like, I remember clearly, I was wearing everything. I was about to get into the car, and then I was like, wait, Mom, I gotta go to the toilet. And then I went to the toilet, and I was like, Mom? Why am I bleeding down there? My mom was like, oh no, the timing. Because you have to wear, obviously, like a beautiful dress and everything. And I had a beautiful dress, and it was like, now I have to wear this diaper in my underwear. Going to prom. Great times. Totally did have the stomach ache at the same time. That was great. Great time to dance. Yeah, it was a great time. Too much info. There's no taboo in this channel. Well, okay. No, not really, actually. I don't like taboos. Well, I will choose what information I will and will not share, though. I still have my skater shoes. They look interesting after 30 years. Yeah, that's cool. I might still have them, but they will be at my parents' place, if anything. It might be the ones I went like, my mom was like, hey, what do we do with these shoes? And I was like, yeah, you can give them away or something. And then she would probably say, hey, but these are the shoes you wear a lot, and like they're like from Canada and they're pretty unique and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, maybe not. So she might have kept them. Thunder Fox, hello, welcome to the channel. Sadist tongue, no. You're welcome. I like how you say it was a great time. Great times. Yeah. I guess I'm very Dutch in that regard. I don't give a shit. No, it's also my youth, because like I was one of those skater girls. I was always one of the guys. You know those guys on the internet that are like, oh, I got friend-zoned all the time by girls? I'm the girl version of that. I got friend-zoned by all the guys. I'm one of those people that has a lot of guy friends, so... And then I'm like, well, maybe you should not be my friend, but more than that, you know? And they're like, no, let's stay friends. I'm like, okay, thanks. Older viewers know this, because I shared some stories. What are you making? I'm currently making one of my residents, because I work on Mamorumori forest residents, which means plants, flowers, and trees are like the residents of the Mamorumori forest, and then the animals are their caretakers, and I make them by hand. But they're also one of a kind, because they all have an individual name and a biography. So, it's like, the concept is to adopt a roommate. Not necessarily like I'm working on this, so it's a hanging plant. It doesn't have a face yet, as you might have noticed. So I'm still working on that. But you can get it out of his plant pot, and it has feet as well, but it's supposed to be kept like this. And you can hang it up the wall, or the roof, if anything. And I'm working on the autumn edition. The summer edition is like that one in the background, which is the green one. But since it's almost fall, I'm working on autumn residents, and this is one of them. And if this works, I might make more of these. I'm thinking of making a very dark one. Like, this is brown and orange. I might work on like dark brown, and then maybe like very like dark red